Welcome back to the channel, and today I'm going to be bringing you a Blue Eyes Primite deck profile. It's been a long while, honestly, and honestly, work's just been kicking my ass, so I really had no time to do anything. But without further ado, it's time to introduce the best deck of the format, and yes, it's just been proven already. So anyways, 3 Sage, your starter, searches you a level 1 Light Tuner. Then in the hand, just targets an effect monster, send it to the graveyard, along with this obviously, because you have to discard this card, and special summon Blue Eyes from your deck. You're mainly never going to use that effect, because you kind of don't want to remove a body, because they can always be important. Now for the new best card in the deck is Maiden, obviously. So if you have her in the hand, you pitch it and you place a True Light from your hand, deck, or graveyard face up on your spell and trap zone. And if you special Blue Eyes from like anywhere by a card effect, you get to special summon her from the grave, which is cool. And when a card or effect is activated that targets her, basically like the old Maiden, I forgot what she does, but that's the only part that I remember. You get to, or when it's targeted for an attack, you get to negate the attack and special summon Blue Eyes, or one level 1 Light Tuner from your graveyard, which could help in the grind game most of the time. Now I am playing one Kaiser Seahorse. This specials itself if you control Blue Eyes from the hand, and you get to target one level Light Tuner and increase or decrease its level by 1. You're mainly never going to use that effect. You're just probably going to use it as link material, because this is another starter, but you only play it once, because you can grab this by somewhere, by Magnamut. There we go. And if this card is sent to the graveyard, you get to dump a Blue Eyes monster or one monster that mentions Blue Eyes White Dragon, which could help. So like, if you only draw this and like something else that's not a starter, but it is a level 1 Light Tuner, you can dump Maiden, and then you get to dump the Blue Eyes by targeting the link 1, and you just proceed to normal combo somewhat. And now obviously 2 Blue Eyes, because you don't want to break on 3, because it's going to be annoying. Now for the Primite engine, 3 Ether Barrel. This card is so broken. It recycles itself on your standby only, and by only having a normal monster in your grave, or if you control it, which is very nice. But it also has the on normal summon, you get to place a Primite card from your spell or trap from your deck, which is very nice. And mainly the one you're always going to do is Lorely Load, because this fetches you your Drill Beam, and it also specials a Blue Eyes from hand, deck, or graveyard in defense position. But you cannot activate the effect of special summon monsters for the rest of for this turn, which sucks, but hey, what can you do? And your normal monsters and Primite monsters you control gain 300 attack for each normal monster with different names in the graveyard. That really doesn't matter. Drill Beam, obviously, because Drill Beam is such a stupid busted card. You reveal 1 Primite or normal monster in your hand, except Primite Drill Beam, or if you control a normal monster or a level 5 or higher Primite monster, which honestly we're never gonna. You get to target the card on the field without revealing it, basically. And this recycles each and every time if you control a Primite monster, which is always good. Now for a card that honestly nobody plays, but I personally like it because it actually does work, because it's funny, because you're always going to control Blue Eyes. So it's Primite Scream. What it does is that, like, if your opponent normal specials summons a monster while you control a normal monster or level 5 or higher Primite monster, accept the token, you get to negate the summon, and if you do, banish that monster. And during the standby phase, if you control a Primite monster, you get to set this card, but it banishes it when it leaves the field. So it's not as good as Drill Beam, but it could help. Now, for the hand traps, obviously, we're gonna go with 3 Ash, 3 Veiler. This is also another, like, quote-unquote starter if you open this, because, like, it is a spellcaster and it's a level 1 light tuner. So you could search it off like Sage. 3 Ghost Ogre, because this goes well against, like, sometimes Raizio, and it goes well against the Mirror, because you could just pop the True Light, always, or the Field Spell, so that way if their hand is weird, because most of the times I would pop the Field Spell, so that way they don't get the dump off it, because if I already have board, and I don't care much about else, I'm just gonna Ghost Ogre the Field Spell. 3 Imperm, 3 Nib, and Magnum Butt. This card is so good. It just fetches you almost everything from the deck, especially Neo Kaiser. So if you open this and you open no other starter, you'd rather add the Primite monster than the Kaiser, because that does so much more. Now for the spells, obviously Mausoleum. This dumps you the Blue Eyes by targeting an effect monster. 3 Wishes. This card is so damn good. You get to discard a card for cost, add one level 1 light tuner, and a spell that mentions Blue Eyes from the deck to your hand. And it also has a great effect where you get to target a Blue Eyes White Dragon and equip 1 Blue Eyes monster from your extra deck to it as an equip spell, and it gives it 400 attack. That is you always gotta remember that, because most of the times I'd be forgetting that card. I'd be forgetting the graveyard effect. 1 Roar. I've been testing 2. I kind of want to keep playing 2, but it's just like, this is already like a 42 card build, and I kind of don't want to push more up to it. Synchro Rumble. You don't have to play this. I just play it because, like, there is a combo where you could do that, like, ends you, like, on 3 negates with the Drill Beam, obviously. So this card is just infinitely good if you want to play that version. But if you don't, you could just cut this out, play it. You could cut this out along with the Scream and play, like, something like Tactics, or, like, maybe 2 extra hand traps, because this is really not needed. I just play it because it's winning. Called By, because Called By. Traps. True Light, best card in the deck. And Majesty, you can set it off the Majesty, and you can set it off the True Light, because what it does is that, like, it shows up to 3 of your Blue Eyes from your hand face up in the Monster Zone or in your graveyard, then destroy an equal number of cards your opponent controls and destroy them, basically. And now you can banish this card from your graveyard and ritual summon 1 ritual monster from your hand, but you're never going to do that, so it really doesn't matter. Now for the extra deck, obviously this is what you're going to equip off from Wishes onto your Blue Eyes, because this card has a graveyard effect that if your Blue Eyes monster is targeted, you get to banish this card from your graveyard and negate the activation, and if you do, destroy that card, which is good, because, like, if they try to banish it or, like, do anything to it, you just have a guaranteed protection from, like, targeting effects, which is very good. Obviously, Tyrant Dragon, this card is so good. This card cannot be cut from the deck at all, because this card, it just comes in clutch, because it clears the field and it leaves your 2 other monsters, like, able to attack directly. So, like, if you attack into a Link monster, obviously they're going to take the damage, and you just swing for game for your other big bodies. Now for the Links, the Link 1 searches field spell, also revives Blue Eyes from deck, because yes, why wouldn't they make a Link 1 that does that? Heretic Spheres, because sometimes you will, and your hand will be weird where you just end on spheres. Now for the Synchros, we'll just show the Blue Eye stuff. So 3 Spirit obviously tributes itself. It also prevents them from activating stuff from the grave, which you can negate, obviously. And then tributes self and brings out a light synchro monster from your deck. So the light synchro monsters that we only play are Moonlight Dragon, Light Storm Dragon, and Crimson Dragon, and Blue Eyes Ultimate Spirit Dragon. This card is so good, but it's basically just an Omni Negate only on the field, and if it does, it just gains 100 attack. And if this card is destroyed by battle or card effect, you could special summon one Light Dragon monster from your graveyard, which is good because it always revives. So like if this somehow gets outed, you revive it back, and then you could just bounce it and either make a Light Storm Dragon or Black Rose Dragon, which is always good. Now for the other two, I played Cosmic Blazar and Stardust Saphir Divine Dragon. This card is always mandatory. If you're playing this version, this card is mandatory 100%. Because this card prevents your cards from being destroyed by battle or card effect once, and you get to negate a monster on the field, and if you do, you get to target a card on the field and destroy it, which is good. So like if you go against a mirror, they activate whatever, they activate something on the field, and they have like, let's say Raizu basically. They freaking have the cross, and they have like a monster they want to activate on field, negate it, and then you pop the cross. If they haven't used the effect, obviously. Now for the combo. Now, Ether Barrel, it does a lot by itself, but it just ends you on a weak board, at least to me. So obviously you normal summon it. You go Primite load. Load would add you the Drill Beam, and now you would link one into the Spirit, which will get you the Field Spell. And now you get to activate the Field Spell, activate target, and now you get to dump a Blue Eyes from your deck. And now you're not gonna use the effect of this to revive it, so you're just gonna activate Lordly Load to special the Blue Eyes from your grave, and then link those two off, and then go into Heretic Spheres. May not be much, but you can always just go bounce this, and you can special a Blue Eyes from your graveyard, so that way you can make Drill Beam live. But you're always gonna have something along with this. It's just like, it's something else. But yeah, that was just one. Now this one is just gonna be with Sage. So normal summon Sage. You're gonna obviously add the Maiden, and then you're gonna pitch the Maiden from hand to get the True Light. And obviously you're gonna activate the True Light, and you have to discard a card from your hand. So you could just discard a dead card that you don't really need from your hand, and add Roar. And oh wait, you set wishes. My bad. True Light set wishes, and then you activate wishes. Discard a card. My bad. I'm so out of it today. Work has just got me so messed up yesterday. You would add the Roar, and you would add, really doesn't matter. You can add like an effect Veiler or just another copy of Sage. So whatever you add, you get to go link one, search Field Spell, and now you're gonna activate Field Spell, Mausoleum target this, dump your Blue Eyes. And now, what you can do here is that you can go Spirit, special the Blue Eyes, Maiden effect will trigger to special herself. Then you get to Synchro into the one Spirit Dragon. You get to activate the effect, summon Crimson Dragon, and additional normal summon for Sage, and now you get to use the effect of Roar to special back the Blue Eyes. You get to make another Spirit, and then you get to use that Spirit effect to make the Blue Eyes Ultimate Spirit Dragon. And now Crimson Dragon will target the Ultimate Spirit Dragon to summon now Sphere. So now you have Omni Negate, Monster Negate that also targets a card that pops. Oh, before you even do that, you also have to do wishes target the blue eyes. Equip this card always to that blue eyes. So now this is a way better board because now your opponent can't even target this, which is great. But they still have to get through a lot to get here. And you also have like recursion for the blue eyes, or you could just set like follow up, like another wishes, which is always good. So now for the other combo. Now if you draw both Lordly Load or Ether Barrel with Sage, the combos just get infinitely better. So obviously, like we did last time, you're gonna set the Lordly Load off Ether Barrel, activate the Lordly Load, fetch you Drill Beam, or the Counter Trap if you open Drill Beam. And you're gonna link 1 for the Field Spell, Searcher, Mausoleum. Mausoleum will then target the Spirit and send the Blue Eyes. So now you get an additional normal, which would normal summon the Sage to fetch you Maiden. Maiden pitch yourself, activate True Light directly from the deck. And now you get to either, you would just summon her, and then Maiden effect, summon, and then you get to Synchro into your first Spirit. And now you activate True Light, set the wishes, or you could always do that if you want to if you don't want to play more into it. You would go wishes first, then grab another Sage and Roar, or if you already have something else, just grab an Effect Veiler. Then now you would revive the Blue Eyes and then the Maiden, Synchro to those. Spirit, and then Roar into Spirit. Well, summon the Blue Eyes, then go into Spirit. And you end on more with Ether Barrel and the Sage, because now obviously you're going to use both the effects. Summon this, summon the Crimson Dragon, then Crimson Dragon target her, summon this. So now you get a Drill Beam, and you get like a free hand trap, basically. So basically multiple interruptions built into one. Built off 2 cards, basically, which is so good. Now, the other combo ends on more, obviously, because we always save the best one for last. Now, obviously, we're going to start off again with Ether Barrel, getting you load, activate load, fetch the Primite. Now you're going to link 1. That gets the Field Spell into the Mausoleum. Mausoleum will then... Actually, you would not activate the Mausoleum yet. You will additional normal the Sage. So now you can go get Maiden pitch yourself, fetch the True Light, and now True Light will then activate, getting you wishes. You will activate the wishes, and then pitch a card, obviously, getting you Roar, and an Effect Veiler. So now these 3 cards will be in your hand, and now you're gonna activate the Roar, special summoning the Blue Eyes, and now the Maiden will trigger. So now you synchro to those into Spirit, then Spirit will then tribute itself to go into Crimson Dragon, and now you will activate the Crimson Dragon effect to fetch you a Synchro Rumble. And now what you can do is that you activate the Spirit with Eyes of Blue to special summon the Blue Eyes, go into the other Spirit, then obviously Spirit Tribute, and then go into Ultimate, then obviously rinse and repeat, target, go out and go into this. Now you activate the Synchro Rumble, and and revive the Maiden specifically. Because now, what you're gonna do, since you haven't activated Mausoleum, you will target the Mausoleum. You will go Mausoleum, target Maiden. Maiden chain her effect to special summon the Blue Eyes. Yeah, special summon the Blue Eyes. And then you dump the other one. So now you synchro into Spirit Dragon, another one. And now you will set the Drill Beam. And now on your opponent's turn, you will basically go Spirit Dragon, go into Crimson Dragon targeting the either one of these, don't matter, and go Cosmic Blazar. So now you're ending on an Omni Negate, an Omni Negate on the field, and a Monster Negate on the field that also targets and pops, along with another Omni Negate and an Effect Veiler. Just off 2 cards, which... this end board is crazy, honestly. This end board is just stupid. So, but honestly, everybody's list is different. I'm still testing this build out, and it's been working. It's just like, I wish I can see more non-engine. But, if anything, I would do an updated deck profile. And probably take this to locals. I'll probably do content on that, probably. But yeah. If y'all enjoyed, obviously like, comment, subscribe. I'm gonna try to post more videos, obviously. And yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see y'all next time.